was trying to like.
Talk in the.
Just scoop back.
Okay.
I see like flag on the play motion.
I see her hands.
I'm like, is it the time?
I see your growth, it's amazing. Always evolving on a daily. She got a smile that's contagious. Got hella joy, don't let them take it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Real Joy Podcast. I have again Brittany. I told y'all she was coming back, and I meant it. I had such a good time doing that other episode. She says, I gotta have her back. Yeah. So here she is. We're gonna start off, of course, with our journal prompt, like every episode. I hope you got your journal by now, and I hope you're doing these prompts with us as we're going along. So today's prompt is, how can I set healthier emotional boundaries with others? And for me, like I've said so many times on this platform, I am a people pleaser. And I think just letting my no be no. Like sometimes it's just no. Like I can't tell you why. I can't tell, like I have to be comfortable in that. Like I feel like I always have to explain something to someone, or a lot of times I'll say yes and then put myself in like bad situations, and now I'm anxious and now I'm rushing because I'm like always like, why don't you just say no?
Right.
You know you couldn't do it. Like, and now you're mad at everybody else, but you need to be mad at yourself.
Right.
So yes, that is mine.
How can I set healthier emotional boundaries? I feel like I kind of do a good job at that now.
Yeah.
I feel like I do a good job at that now because I don't like to do too much. I don't like to be that person. I'm 5 steps ahead and I'm waiting for you to catch up.
Yeah.
Because if the energy is not reciprocated, then
what you're gonna get into?
You gonna listen.
You're gonna be gone with the wind.
You're gonna be going with the wind. Because if I feel like I'm doing too much and you ain't doing enough,
you gotta
go. I'm not doing nothing now.
No.
Now I'm the bad guy.
What you'll get into in this episode. Oh my gosh, y'all, I've been wanting to do this episode since I started the journey of my podcast, but I was worried because at first I wanted to bring on a friend to do a friendship episode, and I was just like, ooh, that could get kind of messy.
You know too much.
Yes, or you could think I'm talking about you, and I'm really not, but the shoe fits, now you're wearing it, and it's just, there we are.
Now you want to talk about other stuff.
Yes, so, but Brittany, I feel like this is perfect because we vibe, but we're just not meeting each other, so nothing is personal. I don't know you, you don't know me, so I feel like we could just have it from our perspective of friendships. So I feel like because we're the same age, I feel like 30s and friendship is just like so interesting. Like I have friends for myself. I know I have friends from high school. That's as far as I can go back. And it's like, I love them so much. Like we call each other sisters. But often at times I was sitting down with them. I visited them not too long ago. They live in Florida. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting down with them, and it wasn't like any shade or anything wrong, but I asked them, I wanted to like challenge them. If we didn't know each other from then and we just met each other today, would we be friends? Mm-hmm. And I don't think so.
Right.
And it wasn't anything like negative or like bad or anything, but it's like we don't really align anymore. Right. Like, your lifestyle looks like this. My lifestyle looks like this. Mm-hmm. I live here. You live here. The things I care about, the things I value, how it just doesn't align. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes in those situations, that love is still there, but it can make things just difficult. Like we were talking about how our dynamics in the group has changed. So like me, I've always been the quiet people pleaser. Yeah. But now as I'm a mother now, I'm an adult, I'm saying, I don't like that. Yeah. Or don't talk to me like that. Yeah. Or don't say this, don't say that. And they're not used to it because they're like, now I got an attitude. Yeah. Or like, whoa, they feel challenged, or they're just like, you know, like, well, why you had to say it like that? Or I feel like anytime I speak up, it's like, why'd you have to say it like that? But it's like, no, it's not. You're just not used to me saying anything at all.
Right.
So that really had me thinking like, oh, like, how do you handle friendships? So I felt like I really just wanted to like sit down and just get somebody else's perspective on like friendships. And is it like a 30s thing? Is it like when you get to a certain age, friendships kind of evolve? Like, what about you? Like, what does it look like for you?
I feel like if my friendships haven't evolved, they not my friends no more. And that just like, that goes because now we got kids. Now we have to put each other in each other's calendar in order to sit down and have dates or sit down and have phone conversations when you can get on FaceTime. Oh no, I can't get on FaceTime because I got school that day.
Yeah.
When you can get on FaceTime. Like, so it's, you have to care for me as much as I care for you for us to get that time in.
Yeah, and I think for me, that's a good point that you said, because I think I was the first in my friend groups to have a kid. So those friends that I just talked about, they don't have kids. I have another friend. She's just now becoming a mom. I think her oldest is now 4. So I feel like I had to kind of lead the way when it comes to things. So I even remember, I'll never forget. So in my story, y'all, like I told y'all, I'm from North Carolina. I came to Connecticut in 2020. And I remember my first apartment was on Dixwell Ave. You know, it used to be like a club on the bottom, like 1538, and I used to live on top. So I lived over there in an apartment. So you could not tell me nothing because I was homeless before. So when I got that place, I was in the Taj Mahal. Like, I was like, you couldn't tell me anything. And I remember my friends kind of coming over. But you got to remember, I was the first one out of my mom's house. I was the first one who was a mom. So, like, this for me was the first thing I really did. I had gotten apartments before, but it was with my mom, like, when she was alive. And she, like, supported me through and it helped me find it. This was, like, the first thing. Yes. So I just remember being so excited. And I had an airbed in the living room for me and an airbed in my daughter's room. It was a 1-bedroom. That's all I could afford. Right. And I had an airbed, and my TV was sitting on stools. Yeah. It was yours. Yeah, it was the TV right here, and it was sitting on stools. I remember being so excited, and I was like, let me invite my friends over. And I just remember them coming over and being like, girl, like, and I was so confused, and I'm like, what? What are they looking at? So I think just seasons, and like sometimes you could fast forward in one lane of your life, and if people aren't there, they don't really necessarily understand the things that you're going through. Or like, to me, that was like, I finally found a place of peace, of serenity, of something that was mine. And I just remember them coming in and kind of just like, nose up in the air, kind of like being funny. Like, you know how you look back at something and it's just like
you was shaving.
Yeah. Right. And I just feel like certain things like that, it's like, are you my friend? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, crazy because I had that same instinct, right? Where I moved out and I had my own apartment. And at this time, like, I was with my daughter's father, but I wasn't with my daughter's father. And it was like kind of whatever. So it was just me and her. And I know that I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, and I had to tell her, like, dang, I got to pay this bill. I was like, but we need food too. I was like, so if I pay this bill, I'm not going to be able to, but I'm just talking to her.
Out loud.
Just telling her what it is or whatever. So I ended up paying my bill or whatever. And I was able just to get, like, me and my daughter, like, a meal from McDonald's. And that was our dinner for the night. So this friend goes with one of my cousins or whatever. And me and my daughter sitting there, mind you, my light had just got turned on, probably like 30 minutes prior to that because I had to pay my bill. So my light had just got turned on or whatever. So I hear a knock at the door or whatever. And I go to the door, and my friend and my cousin, which is her boyfriend, come with grocery bags. And they got nonstop grocery bags on their arms or whatever. And I did cry. And he went back downstairs and bought something there, and they just put it in the refrigerator, like, and I just keep saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I keep thanking them, like, and she like, you know, you don't gotta say thank you to me. Like,
no,
it was just
I
like
do, though.
nothing to her.
Yeah,
nothing to her. And I'm just like, and she shows up for me all the time that kind of way. Like, I never have to say too much to her. Yeah. Or I never have to, like,
she knows.
She knows. Like, and I don't talk to her every single day. Yeah. But she already know. Like, it's nothing I won't do.
Oh my gosh, I would have cried.
Yeah.
I would have cried. But see, and I feel like in friendships like that, it's so easy, right? It's like, yes, you're my friend. You show up for me, I show up for you. But I think it's those friendships where it's like, there was a season though. Like, I can't lie. Like, in the friendships that I'm talking about, there was a season where they were showing up for me in a way. So then it almost becomes like this guilt, right? Like, but you were with me when I started from the bottom. But do people get comfortable with you kind of being that person? And then when you kind of start to find your way out?
I feel like that is heavy. Like, Like when you loved me when I was the worst version of myself.
Yes.
And like I could say that wholeheartedly because I was the worst version of myself.
Absolutely.
Like I went out with you every night because I didn't have nothing else to do. I always wanted a babysitter because I felt like that's what I wanted to do, and I just felt bad about myself.
Yes.
And you loved me so much. And now I'm this person that's vocal, and I'm this person that is standing in my purpose, and I'm this person that knows what I deserve.
know who I am.
And I know how to show up for me, and I know how to show up for you and your kids.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you still find that I'm lacking or I'm being funny just because now I don't have those same priorities that I had back then. So I'm not as fun to you anymore.
Yeah, you know, I'm not the fun friend anymore.
I'm not the fun friend no more. I'm not the fun friend no more.
I'm not the fun friend.
Y'all could call me at 11 o'clock. Come on, y'all going to the bar? Let's go to the bar. Now you call me at 11 o'clock. I've been in bed since 9.
And I'm not leaving.
And I'm not leaving.
Or I just think about even the friends, I feel like the friend that people can call and they know no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to stop. I'm going to pray. I'm going to speak life into you. I'm going to, like so many of my friends, because of the advice I give, they're like, you need a podcast. You need a podcast. Mm-hmm. But those same friends don't support my podcast now. So it's kind of just like, but wait, y'all told me I needed a podcast.
But y'all was just talking?
Oh, y'all didn't think I was really going to do it? Like,
right.
So it's just like, it's so crazy how when you are using your passion and your skill and your talent towards people, it's like, it's acceptable. They'll support you in that. But when you turn it and kind of use it for your good and to kind of elevate yourself, it's kind of like, whoa, like, what you do that for? Like, it's just so weird. Or I find myself like talking on the phone. You ever tell somebody good news and then like it get real quiet?
Like you dry. Like, hello, the phone messed up?
Yeah, like they're like, oh, what you doing?
Here?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I just shot this episode on the
real.
podcast. We talked about this, da-da-da-da-da.
Or like you telling me something good, but you shady. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you corny for that. Like,
Yeah.
You, like whole time, like I'm for real. Like
I'm
like you shading me, but you trying to make it seem like you not.
And it's funny because when I lived in North Carolina, before I started this whole move here, I remember I was sitting down talking to my god sister. And I've always been this person, like, we'll just be sitting here talking, drinking, right, and smoking, and I'll be like, so, like, what do you think about? Like, I've always just been a talker and, like, just a thinker. So I remember we were sitting there, and I think we were, like, drunk at the time. This is, like, back in my 20s. And she was like, you're going to be like Oprah. And the way she said it was kind of, like, shady.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, what did you just say? Like, what? And she was like, oh, I didn't want to say that out loud. But I was like, you're going to be like Oprah or something. I was like, oh, my God. And you can tell she looking at me like,
hold up.
Like,
look.
And I was just like, it's just crazy because I always knew I was that person, but I didn't think other people could see it.
When other people can see you, when you can't see yourself, that's what means the most to me. Like, I literally have this friend, right? And she lives in the jungle, right? And, well, she lived in the jungle because the jungle not there no more. But I met her in the jungle. My grandmother was in the jungle. And I was in high school, and she went to another high school, but I went to a smaller high school, but we always see each other in the jungle. And she was like she is the complete opposite of me. Like, this girl could tell you back in front of the Bible. I could tell you some parts of the Bible, but I can't tell you back in front of the Bible, right? But it's like she never judged me for who I am, never judged me for the crazy stuff that I did. I knew what she would do, and I knew what she's not going to do. Yeah. I know, like, how she's going to show up and how she don't show up. And, like, even to this day, like, when I'm feeling some type of way or like I'm going through something or that, she literally talks life into me. Like, and then she'll text me like affirmation quotes or like different passages every morning. Wow. And it's not always in the scripture, and it just be stuff that I need to hear and stuff that I know about myself, but I don't necessarily see about myself. And the fact that somebody else sees it about you
and can pull it out of you
and make me remember that, make me remember who I am. Oh,
that's real wealth.
You that friend I didn't know I needed.
That's like real, like when people say like, having people around you like that can make or break you, like in moments where you can't even see it. Right. And you are committed to my sex. Right. Like, what? Right. That's rare.
And it's crazy.
That's really rare to find. And it's Jamie, the other day, I was like feeling down about the podcast and I was second guessing myself. And she just called me. She didn't know. I wasn't having this conversation with her. And she was like, I just want you to know that you're doing such an amazing job, and the podcast is touching this person. I talked to someone, and she is dealing with autism with her child, and you have challenged her to now make a journal for parents who are dealing with, and I was just like little tear, and I'm like, wow, like people
because you feel like you're doing stuff, but when you see it, like you actually see it in motion.
So just having those people around is just like, and I feel like for us, like, I think we said it in the past episode that you were in, like, having people around, I'm sure that you're that exact friend to that person as well, too, though. Like, you have to be able to have that balance. And what I give you, I want to get in return and vice versa. Like, so when I think about those friends that they'll call me and I'll just, like, look back on the call and I'm like, I really sat on this phone for 45 minutes. I spoke life into you. Called me and you was like depleted. You didn't have energy. And then I feel like then we kind of switch, right? Mm-hmm. Now when I'm done talking life into you, you done sucked everything up out of me. And now I'm depleted and I'm so low. And they're like, oh, okay, but I gotta go. And I started noticing like a pattern. And I'm like, but when I talk about something good, because I'm not even calling you talking to you about bad stuff. I just want your energy about my good stuff. But I can't even get that. But you want to sit here and be so focused on the bad. I'm like, it goes back to like, when is it okay for a friendship to be over? And when do you fight for friendships?
I feel like at this age, I don't fight for friendships. I feel like I'm not going to tell somebody at this big age how to show up for me.
Yeah.
Because how you would expect somebody to show up for you is how you should want to show up for somebody. And that's how I go by friendships all the time. Yeah. Like, I know how to show up for somebody. And if I'm not showing up for them,
you need to tell me that.
You need to tell me that. Because I'm going to tell you. I'm as much as my daughter talk, I talk.
Yeah, that's where she get it from.
Just know. I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I tell you too much. Yeah. And sometimes I talk too much. But my friends know. Like, if you still my friend from all these years, you really love me. Because my lips is always going. I'm always going to tell you what's on my mind. I'm always going to tell you what's on my mind. But at the end of the day, you know my heart.
Yeah. And
you know my heart.
And that's the biggest thing, because like I've gotten to it with some close people. I'm like, but you know my heart. Right. But you know me. Like you think I really said that like that, did that? So it really goes back to it. But I think for those friendships that kind of you let go away, you don't know their heart. Or you really, right, find out what their heart really like, I don't think you love me like that. Like, I think it's cool to say.
It. Like, they don't love you like that.
They don't love you like that.
It's crazy because people think that that's a bad thing of when you're not my friend no more. Well, I don't even go about, we don't speak anymore. Yeah. And because you don't love me like that. It's just becomes the littlest thing. Like, I could show up for you in so many ways. Yeah. But when I don't show up for you in one specific way, in one specific area, you think that's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. But if I don't show up for you this way, but the 10 other ways you need me to show up for you.
Yeah, I show up. Yeah.
You don't acknowledge those things. You only dwell on the part that I
can't show up.
And I have reasons for those, but all of my reasons don't matter to you. The only thing that matters to you is...
You saw me not showing up for you in that way.
Exactly.
So how do you handle when it's time to walk away for friends? Do you just distance yourself? Do you have conversations with people? Like, what does that look like for you?
I feel like lately I've been having conversations just because I need a transparency. Like, I don't want you to go by, oh, she started acting funny one day. No, this is what it is. This is why it's that way. And now you can say whatever you're going to say. You can say either we going to
work it out,
or we just not gonna talk at all. And I feel like it's no beef.
Yeah,
it's no beef. I loved you
at this age. It's no beef for sure. Beef. Like, it's really just like we're not aligned anymore.
Like, when I see you, it's no sticking my nose up, no nothing. Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
and keep it moving.
Yeah,
like, it ain't no beef.
It's nothing. We just don't align anymore. And I feel like a lot of times, I don't know about you, but like, I feel like it's so easy to see when your friend is like no longer has this heart posture for you. But sometimes in the way that it is, it's so hard to explain because it sounds so little and petty. But those little things really, okay, like, for example, in the world we live in, I'm sorry, if you follow me on social media and you can't like or share any of, you telling me that my stuff just never comes up on your timeline. I see you liking and sharing everything else.
The simplest
the
things.
the stupidest things. But when it comes to me trying to like be this person, you can't share, you can't like, you can't call. But then every time I talk to you, oh, I saw your post.
For a fact.
Oh, I saw you just did this episode. I'm like, you can't like me. Like, it's like, just simple things like that. When
people love you in private. Like, I will post something about my business and not saying that I want you to be all on my post telling me how much great I am, how I
like
do this, how I do this.
I see you.
You won't like it. You won't comment.
But a whole DM.
But you will write me. You will text my phone and say, oh, I love what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. But you don't like the post. You don't nothing. And I just feel like
that's weird.
That's weird.
And saying that to somebody is going to sound so small, but no, in the world we live in, those things matter. I'm sorry.
It matters.
That's the world we live in.
It matters.
It matters. You liking, I know there's this one friend that I have, and I even connect to her with someone that's on social media. And every time I see that person's stuff for their business, like, because you know, it'll say like, and it'll be around the same time. And I'm like, every single post that person posts.
Yeah.
But the person that even connected you with that person, the person who started up, you can't like a post?
I'm heavy on people showing up for me. And I feel like I'm so heavy on that because I try to show up for everybody.
Everybody.
And everything. Like, if I can't show up for you, I show up for your kids. Like, I even, like, will leave work and go to your kids' show because you can't make your kids' show.
Absolutely.
I literally show up for people. And that's something that I pride myself on. And when you don't do that, and I see you constantly not doing that.
And choosing not to do it, right?
Not to do it. Or when you do it, it's the energy that you bring when you do it. Because you don't really want to be here.
And
you're just here to say that you're here. But I can tell that you don't really want to be here because I know you. I know you.
And I think it's just so hard because, like, gaslighting is a thing, too. And I think that's my fear. Like, I'm not afraid of conflict. I'm afraid of what the other person, like, people, it's so hard, I think, for someone to say, yes, that happened. Or like, so like, I feel like when you go all around it, it like almost makes me like, dang, so you really not gonna like see it this way? Like, I feel like there's no other way. And I think I'm so good at looking at things from two ways, right? Like, I can see myself, I'll fully be like, yeah, you're right. I didn't do this. I'll hold myself accountable. But I feel like in friendships, sometimes it's so hard for people to be like, yeah, you're right. Like, they'd rather fight. They'd rather let the friendship go than just be like.
Just to say that. And I'm a whole, like, think what you want to think.
Yeah.
Like, I done lost cousins for that. I done lost everything. Like, think what you want to think. Like, you got to know me and you know my character. Yeah. And if somebody tell you something out of the ordinary or somebody tell you something that's looking weird or whatever like that, and you call me and you going by this, and it, yeah. Think what you want to think.
Yeah. So in situations like that, I really try to like sit back and analyze myself and like, is there any way that I could be a better friend in this situation, right? Like,
Perfect.
It's so easy to like see what somebody else is doing and how they're not showing up. But I think I always try, like, I feel like I'm always that person. It's like, okay, let's take a step back. Like, is there something you could have done? Is there something you could have said? But I feel like sometimes it's like, not that you're perfect in a situation, but you know you've extended yourself so much and it's like, I don't think so.
It's funny because I got this one friend, right? And he know me so well, right? So, like, I'll be talking to him and I'll be like, but I didn't do anything this time. I really did. I would tell you if I did, but you know I did. Like, and he could catch it because he'll be like, you admitted that you were like, because you know, like, if I didn't do nothing, I did not do nothing.
Yeah, because I told you some ugly stuff that I didn't want to admit.
You know, I'll say, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I said it. And a lot of people will go by, you too blunt. But it's like, bro, I did it. I said it. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say that. It's not right. I'm just letting you know.
I said that. So now what?
What are we going to do next?
Yes. And I felt like I found myself in so many situations where I'm just like, okay, at this point, you're overextending yourself now, right? Like, you trying to be the best friend ever and the best friend ever awards, but like, are they meeting you there? Or do you feel like you owe them something? And I feel like a lot of times I do feel like I owe people because of, like I said, I'm just now, like, I had to sit back and clap for people and watch people win for so long. And I think that's what hurts me too, because I did it like without even thinking I'm clapping for you when I'm not winning. No, I just showed up and clapped. I cheered. I was your biggest cheerleader. I was pushing you through a moment so I didn't want to live. Y'all didn't even know that.
Didn't even know it.
So it's like now I'm doing it, y'all. Like I'm doing a thing, and it's just like that's hurtful. Like to feel that, like y'all know what I came from.
Right.
I used to sleep on your floor. I used to have my clothes in a garbage bag in your closet. Like, you know where I come from.
And you see where I'm at. So how can you do anything but be happy for me? And it's hard for people to do that. Like, and it's crazy because it really hurts when you really think somebody is your friend and they show you those little simple things that you can't show up for me for.
And I think it's one of those things that when you go to have the conversation, it's going to be like, but remember when but you know, how can you say that? And it's like, okay, you showed up for that girl. For that girl. But that girl's not here anymore. How you showing up for this girl today, my 32-year-old self, and what I have going on? How is that? Because I'm showing up for you still in this way. Mm-hmm. So when are you going to show up for her? We can't go off of the past. I appreciate you. I'm not.
We growing and glowing, baby.
Yeah,
we ain't got nothing to talk about.
That girl is then, and she appreciates you, and you helped that girl be. So you should really be celebrating with me. You help me.
Love that you don't have to help me in those kind of ways no more.
You help me be her. This was a group project.
Like, for a fact.
Yes.
For a fact. They don't see that. They only see the...
Yeah. I'm like...
You should respect this.
Y'all should be clapping. We should be like celebrating.
And not that I want you to kiss my ass. Or
no.
No. Just like I'm happy and showing up for you. When I'm going home back to no lights, you don't even know I'm going back home to no lights, but I'm showing up for you. They're happy, everything, eating your food, going back home to no lights, into my own little storm. But at the end of the day, you never seen that.
You never seen it.
Because I was your friend.
And I was showing up for you. And I think that vulnerability and honesty in friendships, I also know that's the time where, okay, it might be time for me to leave. Because if I can't be vulnerable and honest with you, and I also feel like you're lying to me, you're not being vulnerable, and you're kind of it's like, so what are we doing? So now I got to fake the funk with my friend?
Exactly.
We do that to the public. But if I can't come to you as ugly and raw and unfiltered.
Without you shading me, or without you trying to be funny under your breath, or without you trying to...
Or without me worried about you getting off the phone and telling your cousin and your friend. And
Exactly.
That part.
Listen,
so
that's a big part.
I think that, I think it's just the age of 30s. Like when I'm on social media and I'm just seeing people have these conversations and I'm like, okay, so I'm not alone in this. Like, this is a whole thing. Like, when you get to a certain point in your life, you got to reassess some things. And
at first, they seem crazy, but then you'll go by, it wasn't really doing it. Like, it's sometimes that I'll think, like, if I'm buying tickets from somewhere, dang, this friend would have been great for that, but we ain't friends.
But we're not friends anymore.
So now you got to move around. And it's not whole, like, I don't miss that person.
Yeah.
I can miss that person all the time. In moments. But I know why we are not friends anymore.
Listen, I have this friend and a song will come on that we used to bug out to it. Every time the song come on, I just think about it. When the song go off, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Like, it didn't leave me to like...
Nothing.
It's just like, okay.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I love you. And I still love you. That's the crazy. And I still want to see you win.
That's it.
And I still want to see the best for you. I still love your kids.
Yep.
I still love your boyfriend, your husband. It's just, we're not
where we was.
And that's okay. And that's okay. It's really okay.
Because I see you over there getting it. I see you getting it.
And I'm proud of you. Yes. And when we see each other, I don't want it to be
nothing crazy.
No.
Nothing crazy.
It's just we couldn't do it together.
That's it.
And who's to say, maybe in the future, right? We'll meet somewhere else and we'll be like, okay, let's work together. Let's do, but I don't think
figure it out.
I think I'm learning too, because there's been a lot of friendships that kind of fell apart and then I would go back and try to reconnect. And I just feel like at first, it's kind of like when you miss an ex, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, everything.
Nigga, this is why I left you.
This is why. Something about us just don't. And it doesn't even have to be a situation. It's just like, you'll get like, this is why. We really just don't. Our spirits, our inner... Something is off with us. Like, it just does not work. Yeah. So
people are good for seasons. People are good for a season.
And you'll hurt yourself if you try to extend that person to another season.
If they was just meant for you to have fun in the summertime, when it's wintertime, don't get mad if that summertime friend ain't there.
Because y'all can't do the same stuff they used to do in the summertime.
Y'all got to be in the house now. And she talk about people dirty houses.
So you can't come over my house with this dirty. Because you on the phone like,
That's it. You an outside friend. You ain't coming to my house.
because you said what? She had dishes in her sink?
That's it.
With the whole sink deal. Like, that's crazy. And I feel like, too, with my friends, I'm the biggest person. Like, I'm going to hold you accountable. So if you're having a conversation with me and I'm not agreeing with you, you're wrong. No, that's wrong.
Just agree with you.
Yeah, I'm just not going to agree with you.
No.
Like, that's wrong. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't think that. And I'm going to challenge you to think better, make a better choice. And some people don't like that either.
That's why I say, if you are my friend now, you are my friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to always speak my mind, and I'm always going to tell. And even if I'm wrong, I'm going to argue you down and then be like, okay, maybe I was wrong.
Or call you later on, girl, I was tripping.
Like, I'm thinking about it. But at the end of the day,
but you know where I'm coming from.
You know where I'm coming from. What I was trying to say is, I knew what you was trying to say, but you was wrong. But I was trying to tell you.
But I was trying to tell you the message I was trying to give to you. No, for sure. And this conversation is so validating. Yeah. I feel like just being able to talk to someone about it. And like you say, I don't know the ins and outs of your friends. Right. But just to have an open, real space to just listen, it's the 30s,
because
y'all.
it would have been you would have said something, I'm like, girl, because you
or it would have got quiet. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, because and then like, okay, but last week, but yes. Anything else you want to tell the people? What was like some advice that you want to like leave for somebody if they're going through? Let's say y'all in your 30s or whatever, you have this group of friends and maybe you're just not fitting in. Like, I would say for me, the advice I would give is just like really stay true to who you are. Never really find yourself trying to please other people by like staying quiet or like just being something that they want you to be. Like, I feel like that's my advice. Like, just be true to who you are and your people will come. Your people will stay and your people will come. I feel like that's my advice.
I feel like I love that. But at this age, I feel like have friendship with understanding. Know that people are not showing up for you, sometimes can't show up for you. Or they don't know how to necessarily show up for themselves. Or they might be going through something. It's heavy on a check on your strong friends. Because I'm a strong friend. So when I have my friends checking on me, it means something to me. Like, it really means something to me because all people can't show up for you. And they're not being funny.
And it's crazy that you say that because someone definitely challenged me the other day. They were like, why are you taking it so personal though? Maybe it's nothing personal. It's like maybe they can't even show up for themselves right now. So they don't even know how to show up for you. Yeah. Or maybe something you're doing is triggering something in them that they're not doing for themselves. So I really agree with that. Like, that's a good perspective, because I feel like sometimes we get so caught in the hurt of something that we'll start to see things in like this skewed like perspective, and sometimes it's not even that deep.
Like, I just had a whole argument with my boyfriend, and now you calling me to vent, but I'm giving you attitude, and you going by I'm being funny, not even knowing I'm going through my own storm over here, and I can't be your umbrella because I need you to be my umbrella right now too. And at the end of the day, we're not showing up for each other, which doesn't mean I'm not your friend, which doesn't mean I don't love you. In this moment, I just can't show up for you like you want me to. So don't charge it to the game. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow.
That's it.
But if it keep going,
because you're playing with my time.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't check it now, but I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live. That's it.
But yes, y'all, I'm so happy that we have Brittany back on this episode. Like I said last time, I'm sure y'all see her again. But yes, thank you for tuning in to another episode, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Real Joy Podcast. I hope today's conversation brought you closer to finding your own joy and left you feeling inspired. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you like what you heard, share it with your circle. It might be just the thing they need. Let's keep growing, glowing, and finding joy together. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember to keep it relaxed, relatable, and real. See you soon.
I can see you making moves. The chosen one, we steady choosing you. She dope as hell, but she a leaver too.